Hello from Online Learning Reviews, where we're dedicated to providing all the information you need on Internet education. Please visit us at onlinelearningreviews.net. I'm going to speak a little bit about online learning today. Online learning is quickly replacing traditional learning. What for a long time we've done in the classroom, what for a long time we've done in universities or even at a tutor's house down the street is increasingly being done online. When online learning began, it was associated with what had existed before, which was correspondence learning or learning through the mail. For over 100 years, one has been able to get a university degree through correspondence, but it was never really accepted. Of course, someone else could be doing the work for you, and how much are you really learning if you're communicating with your instructor through the mail? This attitude carried with online learning in its early days, but because of the interactivity, because of the depth of the internet and the resources the internet has been able to provide, online learning has quickly gained acceptance, and it continues to gain acceptance worldwide. Online learning truly democratizes education. What was once available to people who could pay for it, pay to travel to whatever city their university was in, is now available to anybody. Anyone who has a computer and an internet connection is able to study online. The internet increases the convenience in education. It used to be that people who could afford it would need to sometimes travel across the country or travel around the world to study the content in the depth that they needed to study it. Now it's available right at the fingertips. Anybody can study content of tremendous depth right at their computer. There are several types of online learning available. The field has branched out. The most basic one is degree programs. Degree programs which are on a time structure are very similar to what you would be doing on campus. You'll start in the fall and take a course for 10 or 15 weeks and get credit for that course. The course will have due dates, the course will have certain requirements, interaction with the professor, interaction with classmates, through the internet, of course. But degree programs are increasingly acceptable online, and the degree you get from a university, and top universities offer online degrees, is considered the same as an on-campus degree. That correspondence school remnant is completely gone from online learning. There are also skills-building courses available. These range from class tutoring to business schools courses. Class tutoring being skills brush-up for students, high school or college students, can research any topic, often through Khan Academy. Khan Academy is one of the pioneers of 10-minute instructional videos where topics are covered in adequate depth for understanding in 10 minutes. Lynda.com is an example of one of the many business skills course providers. Lynda.com offers an incredibly wide range of business skills courses, computer skills courses. For example, if you need to learn Photoshop or if you need to learn Outlook, you can learn that on lynda.com. And you can also learn some pretty sophisticated computer programming on this website as well. Another type of online learning is corporate training. It used to be that corporations would need to fly employees from all around the world to get the training they needed, and not necessarily at levels that were appropriate. Now instead of bringing people of varied skill levels from around the world and sitting them all in one classroom for a training session, individually tailored lessons can be provided to employees. Also, there are other types of online learning. There's online learning in the form of open courseware, which MIT has been offering. No degree is given, but anyone from around the world can study at the MIT level through open courseware. And this is transferring gradually into massive open online courses, which I'll talk about in a minute. Why is online learning essential? It really is essential, and it's essential because the world is changing so rapidly. For a long time, there was an expectation that if you had a university degree, you'd be able to get a job, and the job would provide online training. The job would provide on-the-job training, as opposed to online training. These days, companies expect a lot more. Part of this is because of the bad economy, but companies generally expect that people are trained before they're hired. Technology moves at a pace faster than ever. If you work in a field and you're unemployed for 6 months, it's highly possible that your skills have at least become rusty. Some technology fields progress so rapidly that 6-month-old skills can be considered irrelevant by some employers. And as I mentioned, this is a tough economy. In order to differentiate yourself from the competition, it's a very good idea to have the most current, highly developed skills that will give you that advantage that you need. What is the future of online education? And I would go on to say that universities are actually being replaced. This isn't going to happen tomorrow, it's not going to happen next week, but universities are becoming a thing of the past. Online degree programs are very much available, and what are called MOOCs are gaining in acceptance. MOOCs are massive open online courses. These are courses that anyone from anywhere around the world is able to take and actually not get credit, but get recognized for passing. These are courses offered by some of the great universities. MIT, Stanford, and Harvard all offer MOOCs. And skills are largely taught online these days. The only exception to that is really the more hands-on skills. I'd say plumbing, becoming an electrician, even becoming a computer hardware technician requires that you have some hands-on training with an instructor. Other than this, the skills training that once existed is really being replaced with online training. OnlineLearningReviews.net is our website, and this covers all the latest developments in internet education, so please visit us. We talk about 10-minute review courses all the way through to online degree programs and MOOCs that people used to travel around the world for. Online learning is the new force in education that's here to stay.